I recently got a chance to drive the 2016 Honda Pilot at the press launch in Cincinnati at Northern Kentucky. And when you park the old and new ones next to each other, it doesn't take long to realize that a whole lot has changed. Besides the obvious styling overhaul, it's longer, wider, and the rear floor is lower. That's freed up more cabin space, and not just more than the old Pilot. Honda had a Toyota Highlander, a Ford Explorer, Nissan Pathfinder, and Chevy Traverse on hand at the press event. I got a chance to climb into the backs of all of them, and other than perhaps the Traverse, the Pilot offered the most leg and headroom for those stuffed into the third row. There's also a competitive amount of cargo room, even behind the third row, where Honda is keen to point out that you can store an 86-quart cooler, which is good because I counted 16 cup holders in the cabin. 16! So be prepared for lots of pee breaks. Honda is also quite fond of the Pilot's push-button third-row access shared with the Acura MDX. Just push a button and the second rows slide forward. It's a great feature, but the resulting pass-through is still tight. Most competitors are better. Elsewhere in the cabin, there is a wealth of handy bins, the materials are far better, and the dash is not only more pleasing to look at, but it seems lower, and there's a sense of openness that benefits visibility and helps make the Pilot feel smaller than it is. All but the base trim comes with a new touchscreen interface. It annoyingly lacks a volume knob and can be slow to respond to inputs. It also allows for swiping and sliding motions like a smartphone, and it has a new navigation system sourced from Garmin. And how does it drive? Well, despite being just as big or bigger on the inside than most of its rivals, it's actually smaller on the outside and considerably lighter. It can weigh about 800 pounds less than a Traverse. You definitely feel that when driving it. The Pilot just feels smaller than all of its rivals. Less weight also makes things easier on the new, more powerful 280 horsepower V6 engine that should deliver acceleration at least on par with the current segment track star, the Toyota Highlander. There's also a new 6-speed automatic transmission, and on the top Elite and Touring trims, a 9-speed automatic that delivers better fuel economy by offering additional fuel-saving ratios and an unobtrusive stop-start system. It also weighs a whopping 66 pounds less than the 6-speed, which is like taking a golden retriever out of the engine bay. The optional all-wheel drive system is also new. Somewhat like Acura's SH AWD system, it shunts power between the left and right back wheels for better handling. It really works. But it also pairs with new terrain-specific software for maximizing the Pilot's effectiveness in the snow, mud, or sand. It's sort of like the systems you'd find in a Jeep or a Land Rover. Finally, there's a wealth of new features available to keep you comfortable, entertained, and safe. In particular, there's a new package of active safety technologies optional on all but the most basic trim level. Now, we'll have to wait to get the 2016 Pilot back to California to render a full verdict. When it arrives in dealers this July, it's hard to think that this massively improved and thoroughly impressive new Pilot will be anything other than a class leader. In the meantime, let us know what you think, and why not watch our Highlander review, the Kia Sorento first drive, and our comparison between the Highlander and the Mazda CX-9.